believes I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello, welcome to episode 54 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney Perry. So I am doing my podcast at night because it is, I don't know if you can hear in the background, and I'll shut my face so you can hear it, but there are crickets and frogs and some water and all kinds of amazing night sounds that you hear when you live out in the country. And so I kind of wanted that for the backdrop of the podcast because it just sounds quite lovely and peaceful, at least if you ask me. I mean, some people, maybe not so much, but it's a far cry from the Amazon trucks and all the people that keep driving by every time I'm doing my podcast, or all of my animals that like to interrupt. So I figured, hey, instead of having cars and, my animals interrupting, we could have crickets and frogs and the sound of some water in the backdrop. Especially because I've been listening to my voice and holy shit, it's pretty annoying. I don't know how people listen to me. Thank you. Thank you so much for those of you who have listened to me more than once. If you've listened to me more than one time, thank you, because I feel like my voice sounds so different in my own head than it does when I'm, hearing it on a recording. It sounds totally different, of course. So, and for those of you who have only listened to me one time and never again, they were like, no, this bitch, she's boring or her voice is stupid, whatever it is. I don't blame you. I get it. Sometimes my podcasts, I'm talking about absolutely nothing. I mean, that's why it's called the Ramblings of an Insomniac, because, oh my God, I just got done saying that we're going to be able to hear crickets and soothing sounds, and it's nighttime, so we won't hear any cars. And now here comes a car. Fuck my life. Why is it that every time I try to find some out of the way place, some peaceful corner of the world, and every time it's like, see, did you hear that? Every single time, you guys. Damn. And another one. What the hell? Honest to God, if you guys knew, I know it doesn't sound like it because every podcast I tell you that I go on back roads and that I live in the country and that there's hardly ever any cars and peaceful country. And yet every single time I do a podcast, I will try to find a remote, out of the way area. And I don't know how this happens. I swear to God, I could be on some island somewhere and someone would like boat in or helicopter in, be like, hello, hi, I'm here. They would like scuba dive in and like come in through the ocean or something. I don't know, but some submarine comes up. Hello. Anyway, I'm trying to not have all the interruptions. And I'm trying to be a little more professional. I said that I was going to use my microphone and do it in a professional manner so that you don't hear all of the background noises and you don't get all the interruptions. At the same time, that said, kind of my entire thing from the very beginning was I knew that if I had to edit things out or if I had to edit things out, that it wasn't going to happen. And so I kind of wanted to leave it very raw and, like a record player. Like I said, you kind of hear all the cracks and pops and that's how it is. That said, I do need to get more professional in the sense that there are some things that I should probably edit out. There are some things I probably shouldn't keep. And I definitely need to get a professional email. But then again, I'm like, but why? What's the difference between a personal and professional email in the sense that obviously if you own a business, you don't want to have a personal email because you don't want to get all your business stuff in your personal email because they're two different things. At the same time, I still have a Hotmail, you guys. I still have a Hotmail. Okay. I've had the same I've had the same email address since the internet started, which was what, back in 93, I think, something like that, the year after I graduated. I still have the same the same email I have that I've had since I was like 19, which is crazy. And I've tried to change it, but somehow in this gigantic world, somehow, um, my maiden name is Courtney Jones. So back in the day, I tried to do emails that had to do with my name because I didn't want to come up with something clever. I didn't want to come up with some clever thing. So I was like, I'll do a variation of my name. I'll do like Courtney Jones. No, apparently there are other Courtney Joneses in the world. So I tried all these variations of my name and all of them were taken. So then I finally came up with my email, which I want to give you guys in case anybody wants to email me to ask me any question they want to ask me, to give me constructive criticism and critiques. If you have a podcast that you want me to do, as far as maybe there's a topic that you would like me to talk about, anything like that, feel free to email me. I am going to give you my personal email because right this moment I don't have a professional one. I need to get a professional one. I realize like there's the Joe Rogans and the Ben Shapiros of the world, and there's, the podcast Morbid, and they all have a cool website and they sell merchandise and all of that. But in order for me to have that, I need more followers. I need more listeners. I need more people to be listening to me. But I appreciate the people that are. Thank you so much. Honest to gravy. I genuinely appreciate every single person that has ever listened to my podcast, whether it's one time or or 54 times. I appreciate every single person that has ever given me a chance. So thank you so much. I need to do more marketing. I need to get on TikTok more and Instagram more and all of that. But so I am going to give you guys my email, and you're going to laugh because it is a Hotmail and it's not by any means professional. But I mean, I guess keeping with the theme of this whole entire podcast, which is extraordinarily unprofessional, I think it kind of fits, right? So if you have any constructive criticism, if you have anything you feel I need to change or fix, if you have any topics you would like me to talk about, if you just want to share something, that's cool. When I say share something, I don't mean, I don't want nude pics. I don't want porn. I don't want, I want you to keep it professional, guys. But so my email is court, as in order in the court, like COURT Jones, JONES 29, as in 29, at Hotmail. So court _Jones 29 at Hotmail. Because right now I need to get a professional email. I'm not going to get a professional email until I have more people. But you would need to, in the subject, just put something about podcast or something about ramblings of an insomniac so that I know not to immediately delete it, because I will if I don't know that it's you. So if you want me to read it and you want me to respond, you will have to put something in the title, in the subject, that says that it is for the ramblings of an insomniac, or something about podcast, and then I will know that it is you. So first, I'm going to let you guys listen to this. This is amazing. Okay, I don't know if you can hear all the frogs and the crickets in the background. It's a full moon. Son of a bitch. I kid you not. I shit you not. There's another fucking car coming. Excuse my language, but I don't know. I swear to God, I could be on Mars. I could be on Mars, and Elon Musk could be like, hey, like pop on in on his rocket and be like, hey, Courtney, so I see you're doing a podcast. Or I'll get like 100 phone calls while I'm trying to do a podcast. I don't know why. Why? This is the third car in the last, couple of minutes. Okay. This is so annoying. Anyway, I swear, yeah, I could be on Mars and Elon would come in his little spacesuit and like jetpack in and be like, I'll jetpack and be like, hey, Courtney, hi, what's going on? All right. Anyways, so email me. That would be awesome if you want to. Court_Jones29 at Hotmail. Thank you so much. I've noticed I've been getting some listeners from Poland, from Germany, from Turkey, from all over the world. And let me tell you, that means the world. That means the world to me. I appreciate everybody here in the States. I appreciate every single person that has given me a chance and is listening to me once or all 54 times. That just is, thank you. And Allison, thank you so much, Allie, for being such a good supporter. I love you to death. Shout out to you and Paige and Lane. You guys have been nothing but supportive since day one. So I appreciate you guys very much. Shout out. Um, all right. So on that note, what is on my mind? All right. Normally I am all over the place. Normally I talk about several things, and this podcast will be no different. Um, but probably a little more all over the place than usual. On topics that are probably a bunch of different topics, none of which are really related all that well. They don't really segue into one another that well. Also, it's forking colder than balls out right now, and I am sitting in my car and I've got my window open because I set my phone with the little microphone thing on my car so it doesn't make all those obnoxious noises. So my hand's gonna like go into hypothermia here, but all right. So, what has been keeping me up? Many things. First of which is I got a new puppy. I said I would never, ever, ever get a puppy. And then I always tell people to never say never. I got a new healer puppy. He's the most intelligent, adorable dog on the earth. His name is Puck, as in like a hockey puck, Puck. And he is incredibly intelligent. And it got me thinking, when I told people I have a healer, they were like, why would you get a healer? They're horrible. And everybody has these opinions on different breeds of dogs, which I get. Working with dogs, being a dog trainer, working at a boarding and grooming facility, let me tell you, I get it. But here's the one thing I really, really, really want to make sure that people understand. Definitely you should go by the breed of dog, in the sense that when I got a healer, I knew that meant that he's going to need a lot of mental and physical exercise, more mental and physical exercise than like a Chihuahua or a pug or a corgi or whatever. And I knew that. And I took into account how much exercise he needed, what his temperament was, and what he was bred for. And he was bred for herding. So I know that they're also prone to nipping at your heels because that's what they do when they want to herd. And so people think that they're these mean, terrible dogs because they say that they bite. They don't bite, they nip at your heels usually because they're trying to herd you. It's not a biting thing, it's different. But you very much can train them not to do that, especially if you get them as a puppy. But at the same time, you don't want to train the breed out of them. And by that, I mean, as someone that works in a boarding and grooming facility and as someone that does dog training, my biggest pet peeve on the planet is when people get breeds of dogs that do not fit their lifestyle. If you're going to get a working or a herding dog, like shepherds, border collies, Aussies, things like that, huskies that are, meant to pull sleds, you need to understand that those breeds very much need to be working. They need to be doing something. They need to be having their mental and physical activities met. If you don't work them physically and mentally, you're going to have a dog that's going to be anxiety ridden, that's going to be chewing up things, that's going to be destructive, and you're not going to have a good dog. If you live in an apartment complex and you are someone that doesn't have a lot of energy, please, I beg you, do not get a working dog. Do not get a herding dog. Get a Chihuahua. Get a pug. Get dogs that don't need, all dogs need exercise. Every single dog needs exercise, mental and physical, but there are some that need a lot more than others. And everyone and their damn mom is getting a doodle. Let me tell you this. If you want a doodle, that is amazing. But I want to tell you they're one of the most expensive dog breeds to groom. We call them Velcro dogs because their hair absorbs nature like no one's business. They absorb water and sticks and burrs, and just nature loves their hair and it just sticks to them. You have to do a lot of brushing. If you don't keep them short and you want to keep them longer, just know that you need to brush them at least, very minimum, once a day. And if you're not going to brush them at least once a day, you should probably keep them shorter. So when you get a dog, please, please, please take into consideration how much grooming they're going to take, how much brushing they're going to take, how much exercise, mental and physical, they're going to need, and then be honest with yourself on how much you are genuinely willing to do. If you don't want to do a lot of exercise, if you don't want to exercise your dog a lot or brush your dog a lot, I totally get that. If you are in a position where you don't own your own home and you don't have property and stuff and you live in an apartment, take that into consideration. Please don't get a husky and live in an apartment. Don't get a husky or a German shepherd or a border collie when you aren't an active person. Those dogs do not do well when they don't have mental and physical stimulation. Same with a healer. All of the working breeds and all of the herding breeds, you just really need to make sure that you are giving them exactly what they're bred for. That said, because you get a dog that's notorious for, like a shepherd, people are scared to death of shepherds, and a dog is also how you socialize them. You need to socialize dogs from the get-go. You need to teach them things. It's never, ever too early to teach dog stuff. So the minute, like my dog I got him at 9 weeks old. He is now 11 weeks old. I have already taught him how to sit. I have already taught him that he needs to sit before he gets his food. I have already taught him to come, and I've already taught him leave it. Because he's a puppy, so he likes to bite things. He likes to chew things because he's always teething. He's a puppy. Plus, he's a healer, so he likes to bite and chew. And I'm already teaching him that that's not okay. And I give him something else to chew on. I give him things that are okay to chew on. So make sure that you also have things to distract your dog too. If you're going to be leaving them home for a long time, you can't have a shepherd. And I get tired of people going, but they're cute. Yes, they are. There are many, many dogs that are absolutely adorable. Doesn't mean you should get one. Babies are adorable. Not everybody should have a baby. You know what I'm saying? So just be honest with yourself. Be honest with your lifestyle. It's very, very sad to me. Malinois are meant to be more for the workforce. They're meant to be more protection dogs. They're meant to be doing something. And if you have a Malinois and your Malinois is biting, it's supposed to bite. It's bred to do that. And you should not take that out of the Malinois. That's what it's bred for. It's bred to be a working dog. And they have extraordinarily high levels of mental and physical energy that needs to be exerted at all times. And so know the breed, do the research on the breed. If you have kids, again, not to say that certain breeds of dogs you cannot have children with. There's just breeds of dogs that are notoriously good with kids and aren't. And then again, any dog is also how you train them. So it depends on how you train a dog too. It depends on how well you socialize them. So make sure you're socializing your dog. Make sure you're touching their pads, their paws and pads all the time, so that they get used to nail trims. I can't tell you how many dogs come to us and get nail trims and they act like their skin is being burnt off and they are drama and it's ridiculous. Touch your dog's paws as often as possible. Also, some things that people say to dogs that they don't realize is not good to say are things like, that's okay, it's okay. Like when your dog is scared, when your dog is nervous and anxiety ridden, and people go, it's okay, it's okay. Don't say that, because now you are instilling in them that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be fearful. It's understandable, but understandable and okay are two different things. You don't want to instill in your dog that when you pet them and you go, it's okay, it's okay. They're like, oh, it's okay for me to be anxious. Oh, it's okay for me to be fearful. Now you are actually creating bad habits and you are going to make your dog fearful and anxious. So the more you coochie coo and boo, 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 poopy, poopy your dog, the more they're going to rely on you and can't hack it on their own at all. The more that when you leave somewhere, they're going to be anxiety ridden. The more that if you just go to the bathroom and they have to, God forbid, not go in the bathroom with you, you're just creating a Velcro dog and you're creating a dog that isn't happy. I don't know about you, but when I'm stressed and anxious, I'm not happy. It's the same for your dog. When your dog is stressed and anxious, they're not happy. You don't want your dog to be stressed and anxiety ridden. You want your dog to be healthy and happy. And the dog needs to look to you. Again, there's a difference between protection and territorial. Again, people say to me all the time, well, my dog was just protecting me. My friends came over. I invited my friends into my home and my dog was barking aggressively at them or trying to bite them because he's protecting me. No, that's not true. Your dog is not protecting you. Your dog is being territorial, which is not okay. There's nothing for your dog to protect you. You've invited someone into your home, which means you are not in danger. You're not in danger. So therefore, your dog is not protecting you. Your dog is being territorial. You do not want a dog that is territorial. You are not the dog's property. The house is not the dog's property. It is your property. You are not the dog's property. The dog is your, well, I don't want to say property. That sounds terrible, but your dog needs to look up to you. And same with horses. Most animals need you to be their mentor, you to be their guide, you to be the leader. They look to you to be the leader. And when they start getting anxious and fearful, it's usually because they don't trust you or they don't think that you have it. They think that they need to protect you because they don't feel you're capable of it. Or, so again, there's a big difference. Protection is when you are genuinely in danger. You are in danger. You didn't invite someone into your home. Then that's protection. So if your dog is not if there's a person that is not trying to harm you, then your dog is not protecting you. And it's not something that you should allow. It's a really bad habit. So I really like to remind people to please not use protection and territory. They're two different things. And to just really do your research on dog breeds and pick a dog. If you are a very active person and you have an active lifestyle, then you can get a dog that needs more exercise. If you are someone that likes to brush dog hair and you don't mind brushing dog's hair, then you can get dogs that need that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you're going to be paying a lot for grooming because having a dog sit through you brushing out mats is not okay. In fact, at our grooming facility, we're not going to do that. We had a customer today whose dog was extraordinarily matted. We're talking huge, thick, deep mats that were to the skin, all over the place. So you have to shave those out because your dog can't sit through. First of all, you can't comb those out. You just can't. But secondly, even if you could, you're not going to torture your dog and go through that. So please just keep that in mind. All right, so that's my PBS special. That's my little side note that's out of the way. The other thing that's been on my mind is this shit show of a president that we have, and kind of the shit show that Canada has become. I'm sorry, Canada. I have a lot of listeners from Canada, and again, I promise, I appreciate you. I'm not hating on Canada. I'm really not. I've been to Canada many times. It's beautiful. The people are lovely. I'm not hating on Canada. I'm just thinking that their politics is just as sucky as ours right now. And it's sad. And I don't understand what's going on with this world, but I can tell you that we need to change because we're losing our rights. We're losing what America is. Like, where the hell did America go? We are slowly just giving ourselves up. We're selling our souls to the government. We're selling our souls to the government right now. And it boggles my mind that there are people left in this country that have no problem with that whatsoever. I personally have a problem with my rights being taken away. I have a very big problem with this entire point of living in America is we have some rights that other countries don't. And it's becoming very clear that the possibility of World War III is a lot. It's a lot more of a reality than I thought it could be. It's kind of scary. It's freaking me out. I feel horrible for countries that deal with this shit all the time, countries that are in constant war and constant battle. And I don't know how people do that. I mean, Americans don't understand how great we have it. And we're slowly just ruining this country. And I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. If you think that Joe Biden is a good president, I'm going to offend a shit ton of people, but you need to seriously look back and I just ask you, what is it? And if one more person tells me, well, I don't like Trump, that has nothing to do with why you like Joe Biden. That's like me saying, I like Chevy trucks over Ford trucks. And then someone goes, well, why do you like Chevy trucks over Ford trucks? And I just went, well, because I hate Ford trucks. Okay. But why do you like Chevy trucks? Well, because I detest Ford trucks. I think Ford trucks suck. Okay, great. But what is it about Chevy trucks that you like? Well, I hate Ford trucks. Okay. That's what everybody does when you say, what is it that you like about President Biden? And they're like, well, I hate Trump. All right. What the fuck does that have to do with you liking President Biden? Why do you like President Biden? Well, I hate Trump. Great. We've established that. That's fantastic. Why do you like Biden? What are the things about Biden? What are things that Biden has done for this country that you do like, that you agree with? Well, I don't like what Trump did. I get that. You've established that. Great. And that's what happens. People always that don't like, people that like Biden tend to just say it's because they don't like Trump. But that still doesn't tell me what you think that Biden has done for this country. That doesn't tell me the good things that you feel he's done to this country. And I'm here to tell you that fact, not opinion, fact is Biden is a terrible president. He has done nothing but run this country into ground. And if you look at stats, you look at statistics, especially compared to Trump, it's not even a comparison. They're two completely different people. One has ran this country into the ground, and the other one had it thriving. We were thriving. Unemployment, all time. Everybody had a job. Didn't matter what color you were. And on that note, I'm getting real sick and tired of people thinking that this whole, oh, I want to be equal. I want to be equal. But at the same time say, well, I'm Black, so I deserve Black History Month. I deserve United Negro College Fund. But yet you want to be treated equal. No, you don't. If you want to be treated equal, you wouldn't have a college fund just because of your color of skin. You wouldn't have a history month dedicated to the color of your skin. You wouldn't constantly say at like the Grammys and the Oscars, the first Black person this, the first Black or the first Asian, the first Native American, the first Hispanic, have Hispanic month, have Native American month. That is how we are continuing racism. We're continuing racism by constantly pointing out the fact that someone else has a different skin color. It doesn't matter if it's the first person to do the first Native American, the first Asian, the first Latino. Great. Why do we have to point that out all the time? That is how racism continues. By having scholarships based on race. By having history months based on race. I'm all about education. I'm all about enlightening people on other people's cultures. It's great to know about different people and their culture and their beliefs and their background. That's great. But we don't need months dedicated to it because that's just continuing to segregate. And if you want to be treated equal, then like the transgender community, I don't know why transgenders and lesbian and, just gay people think that they're so special now, because I personally have a million friends that are gay. Like, I hate to rain on your parade, but boring. Who cares? No one cares anymore if you're gay. No one thinks it's a big deal anymore. I mean, I'm sure some people do. I'm sure some people do. But it is not a big deal anymore. You're not special. Stop thinking that you're so special. Transgender people, you're not that special. Who cares? If you want to dress how you want to dress, that doesn't make you any different than anyone else. It means you have a different style. It means that your wardrobe looks different. Who fucking cares? I'm so tired of transgender people thinking that they are just the sun and the moon and the stars need to align because you decide that you identify with a different gender. Great. I identify with a lot of things too, but I don't stop the whole fucking world and expect everybody to bow down to me and change their entire lives to suit what I've decided I like and don't like. What I've decided I've identified with. I don't give a shit what you identify with. I love everybody. Don't care what color you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what your sexual preference is. If you're a good person who treats me well, I will like you. I don't discriminate at all. What I do have a problem with, though, is you thinking that you're special. Why are you more special than me? Why is it that your life is more special than mine or anybody else's? It's not. And if you want to be equal, people seem to not understand the word equal. It boggles my mind. Does anybody not know the definition of equal? I personally don't think people want to be equal. If they wanted to be equal, they wouldn't have a scholarship based on gender and color. They wouldn't have months dedicated to gender and parades dedicated to your sexual preference. So you don't want to be equal. Also, if you go into a bakery and they don't want to make you a cake because you're gay, then just don't fucking get a cake there. They don't have to. What people forget is that other people's beliefs and other people's opinions and religions matter to them just as much as your beliefs matter to you. So for as pissed off and angry and as upset you get if other people don't believe in the same things you believe in, that's also how upset other people get. And yet, for some reason, you feel that you're more important and that the whole world should stop because you're gay or because you're black or because you're Latino or because you're a woman or because you're a Democrat or whatever the fuck it is. No one cares. There's a million other people out there just like you. You're not any more special than me. You're not any more special than my family. You're not any more special than my friends. And my friends that are gay and my friends that are black and my friends that are Latino, my friends that are Republican and Democrat and man and woman, I treat them all the same. That is equality. I treat all my friends the same. I treat people the same. If you're a piece of shit, then I'm going to treat you like you're a piece of shit, regardless of your beliefs and your background. So I don't feel that everybody really wants to be treated equally. If you did, you wouldn't act like an asshole because people don't agree with you. Why do you spend so much time trying to convince other people to believe what you believe? When you are so passionate about how you believe, doesn't the thought ever occur to you that they are just as passionate about their beliefs? And you're trying to talk them out of it. It's very weird to me. It's also very weird that I'm not trying to sound like a feminist because I'm not, but one thing I do know is that women really have been throughout history oppressed. Out of black, white, red skinned people, out of gay, straight, whatever, women are actually the people that to this day in 2023 in certain countries, women are still very, very oppressed. So if you want to talk about a group of people that are oppressed to this day, it's women. And in America, I don't feel that women are oppressed anymore. But throughout history, the only thing that women were used for, we were used to make babies, to please men, and to cook and clean and raise the babies. And that is it. That's it. We were baby making machines that were around to please men. Couldn't vote, couldn't do a damn thing, couldn't have a say in anything. And that was up until like the 20s, until like the 1920s. And I mean, I just don't get, I mean, still to this day, I feel like women are the one group of people that are still not oppressed in America. I mean, everybody, I feel like, gives women a fair shot as far as work and all that. But I'm just saying that in certain countries, women are still horrifically oppressed. But here in America, not so much. But that's the one group of people that I think have actually the most right to bitch throughout history. And I love how anybody that's of any other color likes to think that they cornered the market on oppression. You are not special. Every single country and every single race has had their fair share of being enslaved or of some other person pillaging their town and taking it over. That's just what we have done since the dawning of time. So I just get tired of people thinking that they're so fucking special. You're not special. You are just like every other person. Everybody has something, and it's just infuriating me right now that this administration is praying like a Dementor from Harry Potter, just sucking the souls out of everybody right now. They're getting off on bringing us down, and we're buying into it. Half of us are, and the other half aren't. And the half that are is pissing me the fuck off, because people like me are like, no, we actually want equal rights for all of you. And then a lot of the Democrat people are like, well, I only want certain rights for certain people. And I only want certain things for certain people. No, either you want equality or you don't. So, oh my God, my hand in my phone is like freezing and I can barely move it. So yeah, equality means equality, people. And stop throwing around racism and saying things like reverse racism. There's no fucking such thing as reverse racism. That would mean like you weren't racist, I guess. Racism means that you are racist toward a race, and a race does include Caucasian. Guess what, people? Being Caucasian is a race. I don't know who needs to hear this, but when you're white, people can hate on white people. People can be racist against white people. In fact, that's happening all the time. I feel really, really, really bad for men right now. White men in America. White men in America have it pretty shitty right this moment. I don't know if I were a guy how I would handle it. You're not allowed to, God forbid, be chivalrous. I can't say that word. You can't open a door for a woman without them losing their goddamn mind. You can't do anything. If you're trying to be respectful and polite, you get looked down on by the feminist. And it's just a shit show. It's just a shit show. I think every country, like I've said before, has their thing. But right now, America and Canada and Australia, again, love. I'm not hating on Canada and I'm not hating on Australia. I'm just saying we all have problems right now. And it's not just America. So whatever country you're in, if you're looking down on America, remember, it's all fun and games till you need us to fight your wars for you, fight your battle for you, use our military. You hate us up until you need our military. You hate us up until you have a natural disaster and you need our money. I'm so sick and tired of other countries talking about America like it's such a piece of shit, and then turning around the minute that you need someone to defend you or you need money, you're all about America. And there's so many people trying to come to America right now and then try to change America when they get here. Don't try to change us into the country that you fled from. If you fled from your country, it means you don't like your country. It means for whatever reason, you think your country needs to be fixed. So you came to America because you felt that it was better than your country. So don't come to this country then and start telling us how we need to run our country. Yes, we need to change things about our country, for sure. But why'd you come here just to tell us what a piece of shit we are? That doesn't make sense. It's annoying. So if you don't like our country, don't come here. We're full. No vacancy. And California, again, I appreciate everyone from California, but Jesus Christ, I live in Oregon right now. Oregon is a Democrat state. I love Oregon because it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. We have everything. We have valley, we have beach, we have desert, we have rivers, we have mountains, we have everything. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous state. Don't like that it's Democrat. Sorry. I know there are listeners from all. I am I guess I would say conservative liberal, maybe a libertarian. I'm not sure. I'm not totally conservative. I have some liberal beliefs. So I'm trying very hard not to knock on anyone that is a Democrat or a liberal. I'm just saying that Californians are coming here by the shit. Like, it's like wagons. I feel like we're like, it's a caravan of people from California. And then they come here and then they treat us like shit and proceed to tell us how we need to change. And I'm like, then why just stay in California? It's pretty much the same. Oregon and California are pretty much the same, but less douchey and way cheaper. So people are like, cool, I can move from California, go to a Democratic state like Oregon or Washington, but pay a lot less. But then they're going to come here and proceed to tell us how we need to be like California. Well, stay in California then. Please. Please do. Like I've talked about in a podcast before, there's this weird turf war. There's this weird turf war between Oregonians and California. I don't know if California has the same with us, but I can safely say that anytime an Oregonian sees a California plate, I'm just going to tell anybody that has California plates and they live here right now, you probably want to hurry up and change those to Oregon plates because we're going to be behind your car flipping you off. Or if you're behind us, we're going to be hating on you because we just don't do well with Californians. We just don't. Sorry. So there's that. What else? Oh my God, my hand's gonna fall off. It's so cold. Oh, it's been a couple of weeks and a lot has gone on. It's coming up on the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary of my mom's passing. It'll be next month, on the 12th of April, 9 days before my birthday. And, that's weird. That's been weighing on my mind. I can't believe it's been almost a year. I'm still trying to change the whole system on bring awareness to Alzheimer's and dementia, bring awareness to assisted living facilities. And I'm trying to still bring awareness to, oh my God, there's another person leaving. Hopefully they won't come this way. I'm trying to bring awareness about prison reform and the things that need to be changed in the prison system. I've talked about that extensively in other podcasts. Oh my God, I think, oh no, the car's not coming this way. Yay, hallelujah, hallelujah. But those things have been on my mind. The fact that and then my father passed in February, so last month. But that's been, oh my gosh. You know, it's weird. It's been 10 years. Holy shit, it's been 10 years. Anyway, so those things have been on my mind. And this whole thing in Ohio and the toxic spill and all of that is grating on my nerves. I hate talking about politics in the sense that I know it pisses a lot of people off, but at the same time, I've never been one to shy away from my opinion regardless. So I'm going to say it. And if you're listening to this podcast, you're going to know. Obviously, I would think that if you've listened to me more than once, I would think you already know where I stand in my political beliefs and stuff. And so you like me or you don't like me, that's okay. But I do try to stay neutral as far as, like I said, I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care. I love everybody equally. But if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. So, but politics right now, I can't help it. It's a big thing. I mean, when you get older, you pay more attention to it because it affects your life more. But I'm worried. I'm genuinely worried about a World War III. Worried about our country. I'm worried about this world in general, to be honest. So wherever you are, whatever country you're from, I hope things are going well in your corner of the woods. I hope that things are not as big of a shit show as it is here in the States. I mean, like I said, I feel like Canada and Australia kind of have some shit going on. The Middle East has some shit going on. And, you know, Africa has shit going on. We all have shit going on in different ways. But I'm over it. I'm ready for next year. I hope to God that we have a president that can pick up this country. I don't know how. It's going to take more than 4 years to undo all this fuckery. I mean, I feel bad for whomever the next president is. I hope to God that it is a Republican. But yeah. Anyway, it's been a while. Okay, you guys, seriously, another car. Am I just like a light that, like, when you turn on a light, moths? Oh, it's the same car. They're just turning back into their driveway. All right. Okay. Do you guys like how I narrate every single thing that's going on? Sorry, I have a habit of doing that. All right. So, to recap, got a new puppy. Love him. Please make sure you really do your research on dog breeds. Also, our country is a shit show. Our president is a joke. And that's the other thing. Shame on the Biden administration. Anybody in the Biden administration, actually, including his wife, needs to go to jail for elder abuse. They need to go to jail for elder abuse. This poor man has dementia, needs to be riding his bike, eating ice cream, and sleeping. He has no business running a country. He has dementia, and this is elder abuse. For real. I'm not even joking. It genuinely is elder abuse, and the administration and his wife needs to be in jail. Shame on them for making this poor man do all of this stuff and be exhausted and be on he has to be on medication to even form a sentence. And look, he can't even form sentences on medication, but the poor man needs to be resting. He has no business running a country, and we look like weak people. This didn't happen when Trump was president. It's ridiculous. So I honest to God feel like they need to be in trouble for elder abuse. Not just saying it, they do. And prison reform. I'm going to talk more about prison reform on my next podcast because I really want to get into it and try to change some things. But I had like a whole list of stuff I was going to talk about earlier, and I tried to make a podcast several times, and it just kept not working out. I'm telling you, it's been... I don't know what it is, but even my coworkers are like, I swear, Courtney, it's like the movie Holes, Stanley Yelnats, where he had that curse, and like, because a gypsy had to he had to carry a gypsy with pig at the top of the hill or something, and because he didn't, or because someone in their family didn't, he had this curse. I swear to God, my ancestors didn't carry the damn pig up the damn hill, and now it's cursed. I'm cursed. But everything that can go wrong, yes. So, Murphy's Law. I should name my next dog, or me. I should be named Murphy, I guess. But I just wanted to say, I can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody that has listened to me at all, and especially more than once. And please, please, please email me. Let me know what I could change, what I could do better, what you want me to talk about. Let me know whatever it is, please. Oh, here, I'm going to let you guys listen to these crickets real quick. I don't know if you can hear that, but what other podcast do you get this authentic? Like, this is authentic. This is just me, no editing. You get to hear all the stuff in the background. I feel like that's pretty good. I feel like who wants perfection? Perfection is boring, right? I don't want that. So anyways, please give me a shout out. Let me know what I could talk about, what you want to hear. And I'm going to do a podcast again tomorrow. So this is a really short one. I hadn't done a podcast in a while, so I wanted to do one. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a longer one that is in more detail, one that is more put together, one that maybe for once doesn't have 4,000 cars going. I mean, Jesus, I'm going to have to literally go to Mars if I don't want to be interrupted, I guess. So thank you so much for listening. I hope wherever you are in the world, like I said, like I always say, if you're getting up and you're getting dressed every morning and you're just doing life to the best of your ability, good for you. That's all we can do. Being a human doesn't come with a handbook. So sometimes we fuck up and other days we nail it, So on the days you nail it, yes. On the days you fuck up, all right. So just learn from it. As long as you're learning from your fuck ups, then that's all you can do, right? So thank you so much. Again, I know this is really short. I'm going to do another one tomorrow. And it'll be a lot more put together. But I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody listening and tell you thank you so much, you guys. Please continue to listen, and maybe I can do these a little more professional, right? That'd be awesome. And then I can, well, again, when I say professional, I'm probably not going to edit a whole lot, but I'll try to do it a little more professional, though. So thank you for listening to episode 54 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am still Courtney Perry. Thank you for listening. Until next time.